Hey guys, welcome back to the vlog. I probably look crazy, but my wig is not on and I'm not putting it on because I'm in the bed. But welcome back to the vlog. Welcome back to Vlogmas Day 4. So in today's vlog, I'm basically going to be showing, not even on me. But in today's vlog, I am basically going to be showing you guys how I make my shirts using my Cricut. So this is very beginner friendly because I'm not an expert on any of this stuff. But I'm very cheap and I have my own Cricut, so yeah. And I'm technically still at work, so I'm waiting for them to let me know when I have to make a call. So until then, we're going to be working on these shirts. Hopefully it doesn't take me long. I don't think it will, but let's just get into it. Okay, hopefully you guys can see my computer. Let me turn it a little bit. Okay, so I had already found 2 designs that I liked last night. Let's see. The first one is this design. I'm thinking about doing that, changing this to Carline, which is our last name, and then putting mommy or daddy in the hat. And then this is the second design. It's basically the same thing, just a different type of design. Thinking about changing this to Carline, again putting mommy and daddy here. But Greg likes this design, but I'm really thinking about doing this one because I feel like with the Santa hat in the middle, it kind of like, I don't know, it stands out. Like the mommy and daddy stands out here than it would here. And if you don't know this, I'm getting these templates from Etsy, which I'll leave the link to the templates in the description box if you guys also want to download them. But I'm using the templates from Etsy because they're pre-made and it's definitely beginner friendly. So if you don't know how to make templates on your Cricut desktop, then you can definitely download them and then just export it to the Cricut or whatever. So they're the same price, so price doesn't play a part. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this one. I'm gonna check out and I'm gonna be right back once I have everything loaded into the Cricut workspace, okay? Okay, so this is the Cricut Design Space, the homepage. Basically, when you get here, you're gonna click New Project at the top. And then you're gonna select a template. I like to use a template. You don't have to use a template, but to me, it's easier to see placements in here. I'm just gonna type in shirts. I'm gonna do classic t-shirts, even though it's a long sleeve shirt, the fit of it is still classic, so I'm gonna click classic. And then the shirt I have is a universal men, so I'm gonna keep it at men. I hope y'all can see it, but I'm gonna keep it at men, and I have a small, so that's that. Then I'm gonna go to upload at the bottom down here, and I'm gonna upload image. So now I'm going to find that image that I got from Etsy. Okay, so I had to start over because I needed to figure something out. But when you go to upload your picture, make sure you're uploading the SVG template. They send you a bunch of, they send you a PNG, a PDF, SVG, and some other ones. Make sure you're uploading the SVG, so that way you don't have to do any of the cutting that I just did. But if you don't want to change any of this, then it's okay to upload any of them. But since I want to change some of the stuff and move some of the stuff around, I just uploaded the SVG. So that's what I'm going to add to the canvas. I had to figure it out, child. Okay, so let's zoom out again. Okay, we're gonna delete this one and we're gonna add this one to it. I think that's a good size right there. All right, and then we're gonna click it and we're gonna ungroup some of the stuff so you can move some of the stuff around. See, when you ungroup it, you can move some stuff around. Now, if you were to upload the PNG and other ones, you wouldn't be able to do this, but since I did the SVG, it is allowing me to move some of the stuff around. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that, and we're going to add text, Carlin for the last name. Move it here, put it in green. Okay, then we're gonna increase them. I hope I can find the font of the last one. So, this is pretty much the longest part. Once you get through this, everything else is pretty much easy and quick, but you just have to get through actually making everything, you know. So we just need a little cute font, nothing too fancy, child. These are all the fonts that I have on my computer. It's probably why my computer runs slowly. Maybe this one. So now this is what we're looking like. Let's see. This is what we are looking like. I'm trying to decide if I want to keep the snowflakes because I didn't buy any white or gray, so I think I'm gonna delete those. I think that still looks good. And then this one, delete it. So I just deleted the hat and the like the inside of the hat and the ball, just because it's white and the shirt is going to be white, so it don't make sense for me to print out something that the shirt is already. So when this prints out, it's just going to have the black outline and then the red hat that's going to go on top of it. Okay, and then let's see, if I was to add this, how would it look? Let's see what it'll look like if I add the feet. Alright, y'all, so this, I'm thinking, is the final shirt for me, and then Greg's obviously going to say daddy to be. He's probably not going to have the feet because he doesn't have feet in his stomach. But I'm thinking this is it. So whenever you are satisfied with your creation, you can go over here to make it. Once you press make it, everything will line up like this. So you have everything that needs to be cut out in black is going to be here. Everything that needs to be cut out in green is going to be there. Everything that needs to be cut out in red is going to be there. Okay, so this is the final printout. I'm about to go do some work. I'm gonna be right back when it's time to cut it out. Okay, so for this portion of the video, I decided to do a voiceover because I felt like it'd be a little bit easier to explain. But right now I'm going to show you the things that you're going to need to do this. Obviously, you're going to need your computer with the workspace, and then you're going to need your Cricut Explorer 1. I got this Cricut back in 2017, so I think this is like the first version, but since then they have had multiple versions come out. I think they all work the same, so no matter which Cricut you use, like I said, it all works the same. You want to make sure your Cricut is set to iron on, because that's the type of material that we're going to use, and it gives a better cut. It makes the Cricut know how hard to cut into the material. You're also going to need a mat. During this video, you're going to see me switch mats to a purple one. That's because this one, it was losing its grip, so a lot of my material on my paper wasn't sticking, so I ended up changing it, but I didn't show it. You're also going to need some type of pick to weave out the design. These are my Cricut ones, but I've also used like tweezers, scissors, my hands. You can use anything, basically improvise if you don't have these specific tools to use. They're not that necessary, but they do make the job easier. And then of course you're going to need your paper or material or whatever you want to call it. Of course I have black, green, and red because that's what I'm using, but you can use whatever you want. The brand that I'm using is 405, but I've used the Cricut brand, the Walmart brand, the Michaels brand. To me they all use the same. Just make sure that they say iron on. Now an expert may tell you different, but to me they all work the same. So here I'm just showing you guys that when you load it up, it's going to tell you what colors you should have on your mat. So obviously first I should have black. And I'm also showing you that you are able to move your designs around. So if you want to make more room, or if it's too spaced out on the mat and you feel like you can save some space, then you can do that as well. Before you print, you want to make sure that all of your mats are mirrored. When you do iron-ons like fabric and clothing, you want to make sure everything is mirrored. That's just how it prints out. So we're going to go ahead and press continue. You want to make sure that your Cricut is loaded up where it says connect the device. And you want to make sure that the base material says iron on or matches whatever your Cricut says, okay? So what I like to do is click on whatever mat I have loaded up and see how much of it I need to cut. So first we're going to look at the width. It says 12 and the length says 11. So I know that I need a 12 by 11 piece of material to load onto my mat. And that's basically what you're going to be seeing me do here, or at least attempt to. I also want to note that when you place this down, as you can see I'm doing it wrong, but I'm later going to flip it over. You want the shiny side of the material to be facing down or sticking to the mat, and you want the matte side to be facing up, and that's what the Cricut is going to cut into. Just remember that shiny side down, matte side up. When you're ready, you're going to click the double-sided arrow, and that's going to load your mat into the Cricut. After it's loaded, the C should be blinking, and that's when you know the Cricut is ready to start. So you're going to click that. Right here, you're going to see exactly why I switched my mat, because just look at this. Like, it wasn't even sticking to the mat, it was rolling up. So I had to cancel that and switch over to my purple mat, which you are going to see now. So once I switched over, the grip was better and it was able to do everything that it needs to do. So I'm just going to let you guys go ahead and watch this. Once you press start, you just let your Cricut do what it needs to do. And I did it for all three of my colors. Once I did that, then it was basically go time. So you guys can enjoy this portion and I'll be right back. Okay, so once you have everything cut out of the Cricut, your next step would basically be to weave it out. What I like to do is take the little pick, pull the corner to like start it off, and then just pull the rest off with my hands, because you're going to need like a very strong grip to pull it. Now if this is like your first time doing it, I would definitely suggest you cut out each individual like design. So cut out the car line, cut out the family, cut out the 2022, cut out the Santa hat, and then pull it off like that. It'll be way easier. But since I've done this multiple times, then I mean, I just know how much pressure to apply. But once you get the big piece off, you're now going to go into the letters and take out the small parts. So your A's, your R's, your O's, your zeros, things like that that have insides, you're gonna need to weave those out. So I'm going to go ahead and do that with each color, and then I'm going to cut them out into each design, which you will later see. Okay, so now that we have everything cut out, it is now time to assemble. You can use an ironing board or a table or whatever. Just make sure you're on a flat surface. I'm using the floor because it's easier for me. But what you're going to do is lay your shirt out and basically iron out the wrinkles first. So, you know, this shirt was folded and whatnot before, so I just want to make sure all those creases and crevices are out. I just want a blank canvas. Once I have the shirt completely ironed, I'm going to go ahead and start assembling things onto my shirt. Now, they do have rulers where you can make sure everything is straight and aligned perfectly in the center, but I just feel like that's a waste of money. I feel like me eyeballing it is perfect, but you just want to make sure that you place the things where you need it to place before you iron it on. Like, you're going to see me move the 2022 over and over again because one, it wasn't in the center, then it wasn't curved correctly. But once you get it the way you want it, just go ahead and iron it. I'm using a house iron, but they do have Cricut irons. If you have one of those, that's perfect. But if you're like me and want to save money, just use your iron that you already have. And once you have it hot and you've ironed it enough, you can go ahead and take the plastic off of it. If you're removing the plastic and you notice a piece of it lift up, just place it back down and iron over again. You're going to see me do it multiple times here. I also want to note that whenever you're laying another piece down, if you feel like your iron is going to touch a piece of the previous design, make sure you put a piece of plastic over it as well, because I didn't do it with this Santa hat, and when I'm doing the car line, pieces of it at the bottom was getting messed up. So then you're going to see me start placing double plastic over it just so it doesn't mess up. But I'm going to let you guys watch me assemble it, and if you have any questions, make sure you leave them down in the comments below. Okay guys, so these are the finished products. This is my shirt and this is Gregory's shirt, of course. I did have a few mishaps is what I'm trying to say. Like right here, I had one right here, but I just printed out the black outline again and just put it on top to like make it look a little bit better. But on my shirt, I just had a mishap here. On Greg's shirt, let's see, I just had a mishap here, and right here, like this whole star didn't stick, so I had to print it out again. And then right here, and the reason why, oh look, this is coming up, so I'm gonna have to run an iron over it again. But the reason why they like have those mishaps is basically because when the type of iron that I have, like I'm using a house iron, but if you have a Cricut iron, that's even better. But with the iron, like the edges of it rubs against it and it takes the color off. But to me, I still like the shirts. They still came out cute. I can't wait to take our pictures tomorrow. I'm so excited, y'all. These shirts are cute. These probably like one of the best shirts I've ever made. Should I start a shirt business? Leave me a comment and let me know, should I start a shirt business? Link in my bio. But anyways, y'all, these are the shirts. Like I said, we are taking pictures in the morning. So the behind the scenes of the pictures will probably be coming soon as well. But thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you guys liked today's video. I hope that it was very informative. I hope that, you know, if you ever want to make a shirt, that this video is easy enough to follow along. If you like this video, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up, subscribe down to the channel, as well as leave me some comments down below. Don't forget to turn on your post notification bells because we are posting 25 days of content. We have gotten through day 4, and I will see you guys on day 5. Peace.